All right, I think I got this set up right. Can you guys hear me? All right, thank you, sir. Yep, 8-minute exposures and getting close to the flip. Well, 58 minutes. Can you guys see me on camera too? Sorry, I'm trying to get this all dialed in here correctly. And I'm drinking, so it's not helping. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Anybody else shooting tonight? Where are you at? What you shooting? What are you going after tonight? Ah, nice. Ah, San Diego. I imagine it's pretty bright there, huh? Hey, Naz. I'm live, Kathy. You want to come say hi? Yeah. I have a good friend of mine over here shooting with me tonight. She is running her Dwarf 3, and what scope do you have out there tonight? Your
The ED-102, which is
ED-102. Explorer Scientific.
Scientific
Yep.
at 500 millimeters.
Australia. I'd love to get out there one of these days.
Alright, I think I need a new battery.
Battery for what?
My battery died out there.
Oh, here.
No, I plugged it into my other one.
Oh.
I usually use a smaller one just to run the camera.
I've got my pack if you need it.
Oh.
I tell you, I love shooting planetary, but it is the bane of my existence, and I don't do it that much. It's just, it's one of those things it's difficult for me. I need to spend time on, and learn how to do it better. With the help of my buddy Naz, Nastronomy, who's also watching with us now too. If you guys haven't seen his channel, go check him out. He is doing awesome work, not only with solar and planetary, but he's been writing some very cool scripts for Python for Siril now. So try to get in front of my webcam.
Uh-oh.
This is Kathy. Wait, they can't see you.
Where are you?
So you can see me right up here.
Oh,
little
up there.
square.
A
So
little square. Gotcha. Cool.
they can see you a little bit.
Yeah.
You're there you are. They can see you.
Oh, good.
Good friend of mine, Kathy, from my astronomy club. She's a sober one tonight. I'm drinking.
Yeah, but I lost my headlamp.
Did you lose it?
I looked up by the tripod and I didn't see it.
Hmm.
I took my plugs to the... Something.
Naz, you got clear skies tonight? Are you shooting?
Oh, there it is. I found it. Never mind. It was hiding under the blanket.
Oh, I gotta turn my alien on. Need the proper backlighting. Hey, thanks, Alex. Appreciate that. You're on Bortle 3. What? Where are you at, Naz? That's awesome, man. I love. Oh, I gotta get the dark skies one of these nights. Nice, man. Bortle 3. Can't even imagine. I think the darkest skies I've ever seen were like Bortle 4. Kathy's getting ready to head out to Bortle 2, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Ah. Hey, it's better. 10 square feet's better than nothing, right? Trying to do a little bit of live stacking over here, too. Yeah, this is coming out nice. I can't wait to stack this stuff. It's supposed to be a little bit clearer tomorrow night too, so hopefully I'll get more data, but it's coming out nice. Oh, nice. Kathy's doing Milky Way in the backyard tonight. It's coming out really nice. um, Bourbon 1776. It's called. It's one of my favorites. It's actually pretty inexpensive too, but yeah, BM8322. That's awesome, man. It's this hobby's a lot of fun. Yeah, I just finished shooting a 4 panel mosaic myself. I'm just still working on the processing of it. All 4 panels, the moon was pretty much full, so it's a little washed out, but see if I can make it look good. So far, I'm not happy with it, but we'll see. Yeah, Blazer, it is. I for the longest time I was trying different things, just trying to find something that I liked, and it's proof positive. What it's about $30 a bottle, and it's really good. Don't have to spend a lot of money to have a good bourbon. Can't wait until I drive soon so I can get more opportunities in dark skies. So I'm assuming we got somebody young in the hobby. That's awesome. Yeah, and it's really nice that we can do the stitching for the mosaics now in right within Cyril with the new version. And it does a really good job of it. I just love I can already see the O3 in this image. It's probably one of my favorite targets. I haven't shot it for a couple years. I think last time I did it at full native focal length on the 8 inch, which was 2032. But I've got my reducer in tonight. So f7 running faster, but I'm down to 1422 millimeters on the focal length. So not that much of a difference, but it's looking really nice. Hey, thanks, Blazer. Appreciate that. I love that you guys are getting some use out of the videos. So, what kind of weird issues were you having after the color calibration? Looks super vectorized. Did you happen to like run denoise using Graxpert or one of the other Python scripts possibly? Because I know the auto stretch is like really Cyril's auto stretch is too much after you do a denoise, and it gives you the impression that the image is like really messed up afterwards. But if you drop in a linear and stretch, everything actually is fine. Huh. Yeah, post it over in Discord. We'll take a look at it and see myself or anybody else has any ideas on why it's doing what it's doing for you. Oh, glad the videos have been helpful. Yeah, I tell you, these smart scopes, they're they're just getting better and better, man. I've seen so many of you guys with these things putting in the time, hours and hours, nights after nights, and then stacking and processing and Siril or even PixInsight or any of the other programs out there and getting really good results. Kathy's been doing the same thing. A friend of mine is here shooting tonight with me in my backyard, and she's been shooting with her Dwarf 3 and processing and PixInsight and getting some really good results. What's EMM? What do you mean? Yeah, Blazer. Stay away from Next Dome. If I could do it all over again, I would have. You know, when I was looking, trying to make a decision, I wanted to what I wanted to do, and I got down to Next Dome or building my own roll-off roof. Hindsight, I would have built my own. The next dome, it's working well. I'm happy with it, but there was just way too much reconfiguration that needed to be done. Support was obviously horrible. If you've seen the videos, you know what I'm talking about. A lot of redesign, not just on my own, but with help from other people that went through the same things. It's not worth the aggravation. It's not the out of the box solution that I thought that it was. I pretty much did. Like I said, I was so lucky that night. I don't. I usually wake up in the middle of the night for whatever reason, thirsty, go to the bathroom, and as I was walking downstairs that night to get something to drink, looked out and I saw that the shutter was open, and it was like literally what, a minute or two after it opened. I got extremely lucky. That could have been a lot worse than it was. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and this last time that it happened, the controller actually just stopped working again. And working with the manufacturer that makes that controller, we determined that there was some static buildup happening within the dome. So I literally pounded an 8-foot ground rod next to the dome and ran grounding wires everywhere that I could to dissipate any possible static, because we couldn't figure out what else could be going on. It's just, I don't know. It's a great idea, but it was poorly implemented, unfortunately. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad the scripts help. Scripts are nice, but once you get comfortable with Cyril, you should really look at doing things manually too. You get a lot more control over things. Or at a minimum, if you're still using the scripts, I just released a video not too long ago about using the plot tab. So once the scripts run, you go back in and analyze your data and tell it to exclude some of the bad images versus stacking them, because Cyril will still stack things. I mean, I've had sessions where there's been clouds, thin clouds, but you can still see the stars. So it'll include those images in my final stack, but those clouds being in there are actually taking away from getting the best possible final stack. So going through the plot tab and analyzing your data like that can actually give you a better image by excluding even 10-20% of your images sometimes. Yeah, Stan, I really wish I would have done that. And the other reason I wish I would have done that is, I have the red cat sitting back here too. I could have had at least 2 scopes set up ready to go all the time, leave them back in the backyard and stuff. Oh, The Boy Can Play, was that the script where you didn't need biases? And I'm sorry, I don't recall. As you can, I get a lot of emails, so I forget who I'm talking to sometimes. I apologize. Okay, all right. Now I remember, and thank you for your donation. I was floored when I saw that come through. That was not only not expected, but not necessary. But I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'm glad to hear that. That's my goal. I love helping, and I try to make the videos in a way that I try to remember that the people that are watching them are beginners, and maybe you've never used the software before, so you can't make assumptions that people are going to know things. So I try to really keep it at a beginner's level. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. And don't forget too, I mean, the developers at Cyril, these guys have been really doing a fantastic job with the software. So, if you guys can make donations over there as well. I'm just I'm just teaching you how to use the software when I can. These guys are the ones that are actually doing all the hard work. Oh, where are you at? Conversion rate. Oh, Australia. I was saying before, man, I'd love to get over to Australia one of these days. I actually almost had an opportunity to travel there for work a couple years ago. Kind of bucket list for me. Yeah, I know Pix and Sight's the gold standard blazer, But you know, especially when you're starting out, it's not necessary. It's got some nice additional tools, but I don't know. Cyril, the I know we just came out. I know Cyril just released the new version, obviously still in beta, but their next major release will include masks, which is the missing piece. And at that point, along with the whole Python integration and all the contributions from other programmers and creating these scripts and everything, I don't know. I mean, Kathy's a Pixinsight user, so she'll probably argue with me about it, but that's okay. That's awesome. It's you know, it's still kind of weird to me when people like buy a t-shirt and wear my swag, as you say. But it's cool. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Hey, thanks, Steve. Appreciate that. Pablo, you will. Just, you know, I mean, it's like anything, right? Just practice, practice, practice. The hobby's a learning curve, but if you're enjoying it, you'll just keep learning. I keep learning. I'm not the expert on this stuff. I learn something new every time I fire up my rig. No, this is actually 8-minute exposures. If we jump back over, you can see down here we're right now about 4 minutes and 16 seconds for an 8-minute exposure. Yeah, I mean, like I was saying, if you guys can donate to Cyril, these guys, man, they are so dedicated to the hobby and their software and just really getting it dialed in. I know some of the things that we all want, we all hope to see in the software take a while, but they're just not slapping this code together and releasing it. They want to make sure that it's done the right way, you know? The boy complaint, man, come on. You've given me enough money as it is, and you just upgraded now to Thor's helmet? That's crazy. Thank you so much, man. And I hope to I mean, I'm sure some of you know I've got that beginner's guide, that PDF that I put out, that I made free to all the members. But once we come out of beta, I'm gonna start looking at doing not only intermediate slash advanced video, but I'll probably do a companion PDF guide for it as well. And I'll make that free to members as well. Yep, clouds will do that for you. I've thrown away a lot of data, but you have to, you know. I mean, you can include it if Cyril stacks it. It'll work, but it'll also start washing the image out sometimes too. So just all depends. Let's take a look at my live stack here. Yeah, I'm just really excited about all the O3 that I can see in this already. This is what we got here, 7 7 frames, 8 minutes. So what is that? 56 minutes. Yeah, Pablo, I I don't want to tell you no. I've been thinking about it. I've had a nice amount of people make that same request. Um, it gets down to time, right? I mean, obviously this is I have a full-time job as well and family and other responsibilities as well. I just don't want to it's about time. Maybe someday. We'll see. Yeah, so I'm actually on my rig. I have a mini PC running Nina. That's what you're looking at right now. And if I jump over to my sequencer, you can see right here, part of my sequence, it kicks off robocopy. So what's happening is every time an 8-minute exposure is taken, it's copied to my processing PC, which is what I'm sitting on right now. Excuse me. And on that processing PC is where I have SharpCap running. So it's live stacking the images as they're being copied from the observatory over to my processing PC. So what you're looking at right here is a live stack of my last 8 images. Yeah, absolutely. Show your club, right? I mean, so many people think that PixInsight is the go-to, is the only thing that's out there, and we have other options, right? And not just Cyril, SETI Astro, right? That guy is like, I don't even understand it. He keeps saying he's not a programmer, but he just keeps cranking this stuff out for all the software that he's been putting together. And then what's another one? Astro Pixel Processor, I believe. So there's other options out there. It's not just PixInsight. Yeah, so when I first fired up Nina a few years ago, I'm the type of person I can kind of muck through software. And I remember when I first installed that and opened it up, I was like, "What is this?" I was lost. I had no idea. So it's definitely a different animal, but it's not difficult once you understand the process. Yeah, no, Cyril's life stack works well too. It's still experimental. They haven't developed any more with it. I think in probably, well, since they released it, probably a couple years now. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. It's always a struggle. I swear, I had a struggle tonight. So somehow, don't know how, I pulled my back tonight, my lower back, and I was having issues. And I'm like, you know what? If I can't fix this remotely, I'm not shooting tonight because I wasn't gonna walk out in the backyard. But luckily, I was able to sort it out. So get back over to my imaging tab here so we can actually see what I'm doing. What do we got up here now? 8 images. Oh, awesome. Fusion. What are you using? What are you shooting with? What's your setup? Yeah, Steve. I mean, there's that's what's nice. We have multiple options, right? Whatever works for you. Clouds. It's always clouds. Yeah, I've got some issues in deck tonight with my guiding. I mean, the stars still look okay, so I'm not too concerned. I'm not a numbers chaser. As long as the stars are okay, then I'm happy. But you can see it spikes up and then it settles down. I'm betting that my whole wire harness may be not hung up, but I'm pretty close to my Meridian flip. I wonder if something's just kind of tugging down. Like I said, I'm not walking back tonight. I'm on the injured list. Yeah, Blazer. I'm actually shooting behind the Optolong L Extreme. Oh, nice. Oh no, the focus are going off the track. Ugh. So what do I think about the smart telescopes? I think they're awesome. I mean, I know there's some people that don't like them, but I mean, they have their place, right? First of all, they allow people to get into the hobby that wouldn't have been able to otherwise for whatever reason. There's numerous reasons why, but they have their place, and they're only going to get better, just like anything else with technology, right? Would I give up my traditional rigs that I have now for a smart telescope? No, at least not now. But they're a great thing for kids, for outreach, for I mean, I've talked to a lot of people that have been into astrophotography for decades, and now they're at the point where it's just too difficult for them to be lugging out their mount, telescope and everything. And the smart scopes allow them to stay in the hobby. So it's I think they're great. I have no issues with them at all. Yeah, Steve, I'm guessing that I might be having some kind of a hang up right now. Um, but I mean, the images look all right. I don't think I'm having an issue, but I don't know. The guiding is kind of going south a little bit here, so we'll see.
Mine's at two. 0.23.
Kathy's at 0.23. She's over here flexing on me while I'm running at 1.5. Yeah, I've got a loop on mine on the 8-inch and with like a magnetic it's magnetic to keep the loops consistent so when it does rotate it doesn't get hung up, but sometimes it actually pulls away, so that's probably what's happening tonight. But I mean you can see, I mean I'm at 1.5 now, but it's starting to level out again. So I think I'm going to be okay with it. It's not ideal, but it kind of straightens itself out after a while. And the Meridian flip's coming up in 14 minutes, so I'm expecting everything to kind of settle down after that. Yeah, I 100% agree, Steve. There's so many people that are chasing numbers, man, and I'm not into it. I don't have that kind of patience. Same thing with like polar aligning, right? 3-point polar alignment. I used to just use my scope, my polar scope on the EQ6. It would take me like 2 minutes to polar align, and I was happy. And ever since I started using Nina's 3-point polar alignment, especially like with the AM5 back here, because there is no polar scope, and that's the only option I have, it'll take me 15 minutes to get polar aligned because I'm chasing the stupid numbers. And Kathy over here laughs at me because she's like a pro at it, and she'll get it done in like 20 seconds, but yeah, Blazer, it is an EQ6R in the observatory. I can actually probably I can tilt that down a little bit more so you can see it. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. But yep, it's EQ6R. And then I have the AM5 for my Red Cat 51. And I also have the GTI, but I don't know if you guys can see it. I don't think it's in the view back here, but I use that for my solar scope, or Daystar. Oh yeah, the anchor points, absolutely. Actually the USB connection to my mount is so loose. I had to tape it into place because as it would rotate, sometimes it'd back out just a little bit, and I'd lose connection to the mount. But yeah, you're absolutely right. You can't have any weight hanging on any of those connections. And you can't see it in the webcam, but I do have a nice loop that goes through. But what pins that loop for me sometimes comes loose. It's just VHB tape. And even though VHB tape is extremely strong, sitting out baking in the sun, well, not in the sun, but in the heat inside the observatory, it breaks free sometimes. So I need to find a better way of attaching that and keeping that anchor point in place. Yeah, I've never used Sharp Cap's polar alignment. I should play with that and give it a shot. Yeah, glad to hear that, Fusion. Thanks. Yeah, I hear you about your knees. I actually bought one of those thick foam pads to kneel down on. So I don't know if I have another one. What I have to make the loop for the wire harness is, so I have my wires in a split loom, and this little piece actually has slots for a tie wrap, so you tie wrap it in place, and then it's magnetic. But the problem is you have to be able to attach it somehow. Um, and I've been using the VHB tape for that, and it held up for like a year, but now it's starting to it breaks down. So I probably just need to replace it. I like to try to figure out a way to actually permanently attach it without using any kind of a tape, but we'll see. Yeah, no, the camera in the observatory is cool. Allows me to move around. I actually have one outside too. Here, I can show you guys real quick. Let me I gotta turn the night vision on, otherwise you won't be able to see anything. So let's bring this over real quick. It's not gonna load, of course, because I want to show everybody. Come on. Ah, okay. Well, that's good. Home Assistant isn't loading anymore, so can't show you that right now. Yep, Meridian's in about 8.5 minutes, it looks like. So Steve, I have the IDAS MBZ2 filter, and I bought it specifically when I run the Hyperstar, because it's a wider bandpass. So you don't have because you have bandpass shift. If you use something like the L Extreme or L Ultimate when you're running F2, then that shift in the bandpass will actually block the light that you want to come in and allow the light that you don't want to come in. So point being, I use the IDAS when I'm running my Hyperstar, but when I'm running my reducer or native focal length, I'll use the L Extreme because it's more narrower. The Opton Ultimate I don't own, so reviews that I've seen, they're better than the L Extreme, just because the bandpass isn't as wide as the L Extreme is. Oh yeah, Meridian flips when I first, go to bed knowing it's gonna flip. It scared the hell out of me. So what I used to do to make myself feel more comfortable before I had the observatory even was just set it up in the office during the day, and even though I couldn't see anything, just tell it to track it, and it still knows when it's going to hit the meridian, so I can actually see it do the flip, check my cabling and all that other stuff. But yeah, a lot of sleepless nights for me as well. I just had a hard time going to bed knowing it was gonna flip and hoping everything was gonna be okay. But after the first few times you see everything's all right, then you have a little bit more confidence. And the camera definitely helps, right? So you don't have to actually run outside, just grab your phone and take a look at it. I'm wondering what's going on with my Home Assistant dashboard. Oh, there we go. Gonna bring it up for me now. Yeah, so here is the outside of the observatory. Same camera. But the pole I have it on is kind of short, so you can't really see the dome part of it, but this is just more so I can keep an eye on the door in case anybody decides to sneak in from the woods for whatever reason. All right, so we got Meridian in about 4 minutes. I'm going to step away for just a couple seconds and I need a refill. So I'll be right back. I'll tell Kathy to come over and talk with you unless she'll sit here and talk with you. She laughs, so probably not. You good? Need anything? Go get your refill then. Come on. Yes. My rule is not to drink though until I know my session is running okay, because the last thing I want to be is buzzed in the observatory trying to figure stuff out and trip over something possibly. No, this is good. You know, I bought these Glen Cairn glasses because I really wanted to be able to smell and taste all the different notes that I see everybody doing, and I just don't have the palate or the senses to do that stuff, I guess. I tried. This actually, the 1776 was like the first bourbon that I could actually smell something, like a hint of vanilla or something. I don't know. But beyond that, everything smells the same to me. And, the taste is a little bit different. Like I said, I've been experimenting with different bourbons, and I don't know. I landed on this stuff, and I really enjoy it. So, all right, we should be flipping pretty soon here. I'm gonna kind of tip the camera back up just a little bit so we can see more of what's going on once the flip happens. Yeah, no, and I enjoy scotch once in a while as well, especially some smoked scotch. Was it Ardbeg? I think is what I've had before. I go back and forth. Scotch, bourbon. Yeah, me too. I think after the flip, we'll probably be wrapping up the live stream as well. So I've had Eagle Rare. I haven't had Elijah Craig, and Four Roses single barrel. But the same thing. I really don't pick up those notes that much. I think it's. I mean, it's just me. I don't doubt that anybody does it. Or I don't doubt that anybody can do it. Have a good night, Matt. Thanks for joining. That's funny. Yeah, Blazer. It's I try. I really do, but it just gets down to how it tastes for me. Like I said, I like this stuff. I've probably been consistent with it for the past year. I like Buffalo Trace, Eagle Rare, but unfortunately, the liquor store where I get my bourbon from, that's like the first thing that sells out. They don't get a lot of it. It comes in and it's gone. Uh-oh, now we're going to talk about music. What's the genre, right? I'm like Metallica and Slipknot. That's my preferred genre, heavy metal. Yeah, they are. Unfortunately, I'm not one of the musically talented ones. My people, right? I'd turn some on right now, but YouTube will flag me once they post this video, so I'll get a copyright strike and Corey will want his cut. Yeah, DGR. That's one of the things I really want to do. I'm in Ohio, so it's not that far from me. One of these days. Oh, what's wrong with the pup? Lars. Yep, he'll hunt everybody down, right? Remember the old Napster days? What time is it in Australia right now? 14:04. So what is that? 2 in the morning? I remember with Napster and Lars, man, it was years ago, decades ago, and one of the award shows, and Lars did a whole skit making fun of Napster, how they're just borrowing music, right? And then the kid that actually started Napster came out with a Metallica T-shirt on. That's all he did, and he was so pissed off about that. It was funny. 2 p.m. Okay. 5 in Scotland. Germany. Hey, thanks for joining. It's crazy to me. There's so many people around the world. All right, so this flip should be happening. I think after this exposure, we'll see. Hey, thanks for joining, DJR. Have a good night, man. All right, here we go. We are flipping. There's something satisfying about watching this, as long as it goes well. Like right now, the dome's not rotating, so it's concerning me, but gotta trust the process, right? There it goes. Yeah, I need to catch that supernova too. I keep saying I'm going to, but I got the one that was in, what was it, in the, was it the Pinwheel Galaxy? Do you remember, Kathy?
What?
That last supernova
Yeah.
in the Pinwheel?
Newest one that just came out?
Well, no, the newest one was in NGC 7331. What was, I have it up
I got a picture.
here. Yeah. So, yeah, the one in the Pinwheel Galaxy I got a couple years ago. Yep. I think I'll let this thing dial in after the flip, and then we'll probably wrap things up for tonight. It's a little after midnight here, so not too horribly late, but three rigs. Wow. Most I've ever done is two. Oh, I mean, actually, that's all I have is two. So unless you count the smart scopes, I need to play with the smart scopes more. Kind of got away from it. Why this thing is refocusing. Let's take a look at our live stack here. So we got 12. Yeah, this is going to be really nice. I can't wait to process this data. Yeah, Steve, I'm Eastern. I don't know if that's where you're at. Yeah, so this was Blazer, this was after it passed Meridian, so it went through and obviously did the flip, so opposite side of the pier, and made sure the object was centered. Now it's going to resume my imaging session for me. It's just waiting for the guiding to settle down, and then we should start rolling right back into my 8-minute exposures. Oh, there we go. All right, guys. So I'm flipped, and session is continuing on. So I'm gonna end the stream here. I appreciate everybody joining. This was a lot of fun. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with me tonight. And maybe I'll do this next time I sit up. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow. It's supposed to be clear at least for a few hours. I want to get some more data on the Crescent. So maybe I'll fire up another live stream again tomorrow. So thanks, guys. We'll see you later. Take care.